You for UFC.
I'm not sure how I'll be here.
You never do.
I know, but
Nice follow.
unless you're going to talk about me naked on the limo stick.
Well, yeah, we'll probably bring that up.
Okay, then I'll.
No, we're just going to show the pictures of that.
Yeah, it was on the Jumbotron. It was crazy.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm really leaving.
We're going to compare it with...
We're going. If you need a drink, help yourself or trust Bingo to pour it.
Yeah. Lose your sanity.
Surprise drinks.
I can do that.
Neighbor Dave,
I love the state fair.
early on in our
State
love
fair.
affair, Neighbor Dave and Evelyn would come over for cocktails, and Neighbor Dave once made the mistake of saying, Bingo says, "What do you want?" And he said, "I don't know, surprise me." And she made it with like pickle juice and amino acid, that Bragg stuff and everything awful. And he never said surprise me again after that.
She said
Okra. This is okra in it.
You forgot the okra?
I took a whiff of it and I said, no, I'm not going to drink this, sorry. I'll puke just like that.
We are 5 deep in just piling back in from the All Things Comedy Network Comedy Podcast Festival. Chaille is on the mic. Chad is on the mic. Hennigan is on the mic. Matt Becker is on the mic. Jenny and Neighbor Dave are here with Jared. Not that Jared. That's very funny. Neighbor Dave said when Matt introduces his buddy Jared to him, he says, you're Jared from Subway? You come down on Halloween to give candy to the kids? Neighbor Dave pulls a good one out of his ass every now and then. Jenny's here. Did I say Jenny?
Yeah.
All right.
There's a lot up there.
Bingo is I'm getting to you because you were the highlight of the podcast festival for me. If you didn't listen to the one with Bert Kreischer, we did his day drinking. I always call
Calling
it.
sick
Calling
to work.
sick to work.
Now, that was a podcast or was it a comedy show?
I don't know. It's
Debacle.
Well, you were there. I wasn't.
Well, the format was more podcast-like
okay,
than stand-up.
I guess that's what I should have said.
But when there's a live crowd there, you vacillate between playing to the crowd, playing to the listener. But at some point, it turned into a clusterfuck, as I think it's supposed to do. Sure. I told him I'd be there to be his designated drinker because he was doing Sober Octobert. And he's not drinking for the month. So I said, I'll come down. I don't need to be a guest. I know people send you shots and drinks, and I'll just drink your drink for you. Designated drinker. I didn't know that I was going to be the guest, and it was just going to be me and Doug Benson. And
A little background that I don't even know if you remember seeing me. It was 12 o'clock doors, 1 o'clock show. I pulled up at 12:45 with Hennigan, and you were walking out of the Airbnb with a cigarette dangling out of your mouth and your shades on, and you looked at least 2 drinks in and hungover wearing the clothes you wore the night before.
And, no, I changed.
Well, I was just, I couldn't believe you were up. Because you were 15 minutes away from the
Thinking
gig.
that I wasn't really a guest, if I couldn't find sunglasses, I would have blown it off.
Oh, good.
Wow, is that close?
It was that bad. It was that bad.
Yeah, we quit drinking after the sun came up. I don't know what time it was, but the sun was up when we stopped drinking that morning.
After our Orpheum show.
Yeah, so Stanhope was still fucking hammered because I was still hammered.
Oh, it was clear.
Yeah.
Well, we started it off Thursday night with Jamie Kilstein. You would have already heard that.
It's out.
I know. I'm recapping.
Yeah.
We should have never done that podcast. Kilstein should have been here in a more serious environment.
Without a crowd.
Without a crowd, where we could have gotten deep and not...
And he wouldn't have got so self-defensive.
We had Morgan Murphy and Bert Kreischer on, and I have this whole thing plotted out. I put a lot of effort into researching Kilstein, and I still... Today, he's not getting a lot of shit, but a couple people who didn't listen to it did you really have that rapist Jamie Kilstein on? And I go, that's exactly why I did it. But we should have done it in Bisbee and not at that. Because it should have just been us busting balls and fucking off and Kreischer not drinking and me yelling at Morgan Murphy. She's my favorite person to yell at like that, to have that contentious relationship.
It's like Lucy and who is that Cuban guy?
Desi. Right. But that's why I love Shawcroft. Lynn Shawcroft and I just bust balls. Only difference is Murphy can take it. Shawcroft will just, but I'm just going to leave early. Like, we're having fun.
It seemed like there was enough industry at the festival that Lynn might have shown up.
Yes.
Like with her plastic Safeway bags and everything, just holding drinks like a Neil hamburger, like
trying not to smile because she left her partials on the plane again.
She showed up at the comedy store the other night. Kerry Mitchell told us around about 2 a.m.
It's a good time to get there.
Yeah.
For the next day.
Apparently, a check had arrived.
Mother's Day.
That's what we should have done. But should have. There was a lot of regret.
Really?
Well, the next day,
I was drinking with you. Remember at breakfast because I couldn't face the day.
A lot of the shenanigans that I used to brag about, like now, what you said, where the next day you come back to the festival and you're going, do these laminates still work for us? Are we still welcome here?
It felt like going in there on the next day.
If
like
we were
caddies.
caddies.
The caddies in Caddyshack during the pool day that's 15 minutes long. And I was like, not sure if now, I know Doug did all that. Does that mean?
Does that reflect on the whole group?
I mean, is it cool? Are we cool? And they were. It was fucking great.
So we did the Kilstein, and that went fine. I think I made my point. Took us 2.5 hours. But the next day, I have to get up for the Burt thing. So we make it there somehow. And at some point, I don't know if you remember how it happened. Some lady, I think rape was, of course, now going to be a weekend-long subject. And I said something, and the lady went,
her issue was not with anything to do with rape. It was, she was contesting the credibility of the guy on stage who came up with 2 amazing stories in a row.
That he was kidnapped and raped.
Yeah.
She had a problem.
Yeah. So she wasn't saying there was no Holocaust. She was basically saying, I just don't think that's geographically accurate.
I don't think he's Jewish. Yeah, I don't think he's Jewish.
Yeah.
So I forget that beat. I forget a lot. So she yells out. So Bert brings her up on stage. Now, Bert Kreischer always goes on stage shirtless. So at some point, I took my shirt off. Doug Benson didn't want to take his shirt off because he's a fucking reasonable human being, but I was not. And she gets up there. We get her to take her shirt off, but she won't remove the bra. Then I don't even know who the big fat guy was. Do you remember?
JJ.
He was the wheelchair guy you kept shouting at.
Yeah. Because everyone said he's in a wheelchair. And
He's in a wheelchair.
Yeah. Why? How did that
I don't know.
work where he was in a wheelchair, but then he
had MS.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
So
That was another beef you had, that he was suddenly not in a wheelchair.
Right. Which instead of saying you healed him,
Yeah.
you scolded him.
Yeah.
So he gets up on stage, and he's about 12 to 1,600 pounds. He takes his shirt off.
Yes.
And then we start giving the girl shit. Now you still won't take your shirt off?
Yeah. And
And
she
so-
was playing it up.
So Bingo, unsolicited, just shuffles up on the stage, gets cunt butt naked, sits down.
She only took off one article of clothing, which was an entire full evening gown dress.
Yeah.
Then she was butt ass naked.
Sat down naked, and I said to the girl in the bra that refused to play, no longer necessary.
You're excused?
Yeah. Your role has been covered. Your body double has just come in. You were heroic, Bingo.
But if you'd have been slapping a female boob like you were JJ's boob,
If she,
for charity. It would have made front page news, but somehow because it's a man,
yeah,
nobody even want to make eye contact.
yep, sexually assaulted him right there on stage.
I don't know what.
Me
I don't know
too.
if Ari counts as sexual assault or not.
Well, what happened to that?
I heard.
It's all right. Let the dogs bark.
Well,
We might have company.
didn't Ari start the show?
Sound. All those
Ari started the Bert Kreischer thing, just
Completely naked.
butt naked, cock and balls swinging, and announced the show and then left. So, yeah, he kind of set the tone.
Yeah. Drew first blood.
Yeah, a couple times over the weekend. I fucking love Ari. Bert, you could see, was a lot more reserved than he normally is because they're both doing Sober October. And Ari, yeah, you couldn't tell at all. That guy was just fucking cock and balls all weekend. It was fun. But what did we do that night after the...
We went to stand up live for the Jamie Kilstein set.
Oh, no.
That was Thursday.
That was
Oh,
Thursday.
Friday night?
we did something. What did we do
No,
Friday
you,
night? Or did we
you, Tracy, and Becker.
Okay, so that was Friday.
Jared spent, I think, 12 hours at a casino starting.
Yeah, he
He
jumped
left-
out to the casino, the walking stick, which is not the Uber stick. 'cause-
No, he went to the other one.
Right.
Wild Horse Pass, which
Right,
is like
Wild Horse
so
Pass.
far away.
Right.
And then spent 12 hours there. And then you went to do the show with Bert, Doug.
In the
And then I
afternoon.
finally brought Becker and Tracy down and dropped them off. And then I went to the pop-up podcast while they went into the show to see what you guys were doing.
Okay, for the listener, the pop-up podcast was kind of like the sideshow room where there's like a constant other podcast.
It's like at a fair where like there's a local DJ that's broadcasting from the fair all day. I'll be down here.
Right,
and
and they
next
just keep
shift.
switching people out.
Yeah.
It's if it were a music festival, that's the small stage.
Yeah.
That's like the alt stage, and there's always something going on. If
Open to the public.
you're
you
not-
could rotate in,
Doors
rotate
unlocked
out.
and it's live when you walk in.
Yeah.
couldn't get into the big show, don't worry. There's still something going on for you. Lightly attended, let's say that.
Oh, at times though. At times it was packed.
Well, at the times
We're getting to that.
there's a pool party for the Bert Kreischer after party at some hotel.
The Palomar, which was connected with the entire event.
Where you can go and not drink with Bert.
Well, we thought that's where we were going. There's a pool party over there. And one of our douche friends was, I think, Alex, someone we know said, "Oh, I'll take you." And we just followed him blindly and stumbling and walk into the podcast where there's like 3 people in the audience. So you can't just go, "Oh, no, never mind."
Yeah, this is going into somebody's like wake. You go, well, we can't just leave now. It'll look rude.
Should have zigged when I zagged.
And we sat down, and I can't remember Kira. Fuck, I'm sorry, I forget your name.
Sultanovich?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's her.
Yeah, it was her, Kira Sultanovich.
Wait,
It was her and Paul Verzi on stage.
Oh, okay.
And when I asked them, they go, "It's Paul Verzi. I know Verzi from the Bill Burr podcast, Jersey Paul Verzi." And so I go, "All right, we'll stay." And then we're just wrapping up. There was like 5 minutes we sat there. And then I went up and I said hi, and I introduced myself and said, "Sorry, we thought we were going to a fucking pool party, and now we're in some weird banquet room.
Yeah.
But nice to meet you." So we go up to the dumb pool party, jump in the pool. It's fucking 30 degrees. Left. I don't know, we just kept drinking, and we just kept going back to that room because there's always these rotating podcasts with nobody
It was
there.
your touchstone,
was-
which made sense because they were rotating, so you never knew who was going to be there. Because at one time, Bill Burr was down there with Australian Pete.
Oh, we didn't
He was
see
in the
that.
audience.
Oh,
But I'm just-
Australian Pete was the guy that was... When we were going, they had like this setup where they had 5 mics, but only 2 people were on them at any given time.
Also, I think the person on the monitor was on too.
All right, yeah, the sound booth
the producer,
guy, basically.
the producer.
So we're getting drunker and drunker, and every time we pass
It seems very funny to interrupt them.
we just kept coming up with the first time. It's just me and Becker and Tracy, And we go, all right, let's just walk in and we'll be fighting with Tracy saying, no, we're scheduled to do a podcast and never look and just to have this ongoing fight to interrupt them.
She won't let him because it's we have an Uber coming and we don't have time.
I know, but we're scheduled to do this.
No, hold on a second. I know Doug was wasted. What was your temperament, Becker? You and Tracy? Had you guys gotten up on step?
Wasted. Yeah,
okay,
we immediately jumped in when
You have to ask about your wife.
Well, I don't know. I just know when I picked them up hours later that I figured it was a ramp up from the night before, but I didn't know how long it would take for you to get to Doug's level.
I was at the point where I go, I'll just use Doug as the indicator when the joke's gone too far.
Well, you actually went. There's basically no one in there, and I just went up as I sat down. And I go, sorry, I'm late. Okay, and then I said a couple of
to a podcast that's going on that you were not invited to, and that is just sitting there broadcasting.
Yeah, as we're pretending to have this giant domestic, loud argument. And I go, oh, good. Now even Becker's not going to do it. We're scheduled to do this. And I turn to the guy and I go, this is Saturday, right? This is Friday. I go, shit. And then we all walk out.
Yeah, and then we go, we're sorry. We got to go. And then boom. So this is the second time we've attacked the podcast.
Then we went somewhere else to drink more. And then we go, hey, let's do that thing again. And I go, this time, Tracy.
So what we did is we went in and we said, okay, we're going to take over the podcast because it was one guy.
Now you've got the lay of the land. There's
just
no
down
security.
to the Australian guy.
So the plan was we'll go take over the podcast. Well, because there's 3 other mics sitting there.
Oh, yeah.
And we know they're live because no one's in there. So we go, we'll just take over those. And then we'll immediately say, we don't feel women get the right representation at this comedy festival or podcasting, and they need to be represented more. And what was your plan?
Well, we had Tracy. The setup was we're going to keep going to you as an expert, as a woman on the subject.
As a victim.
You should be able to. I don't even think we set it up. You know, if you actually hear those podcasts,
let us know.
Our version might be way different.
No, it was. I remember
the story I heard was that it was some sort of Voices of Women
Yes,
podcast
definitely.
that was going
right.
on.
Yeah, we're going.
I think that was
great
the
to be
kernel.
here
Yeah,
at Voices of
that's
Women
the
podcast.
setup.
And you guys did.
That's
you did,
our setup.
Yeah, we
That's not
claimed
what
it was
going
Voices of Women
But
podcast.
you both told
made
me,
it
Tracy and Becker both told me separately that it was set up that like, oh, I'm so glad we've got Tracy here because she has so many things to say on these subjects. And then you guys would
Becker
set it
chimes in with, yes, like equal
pay,
equal wages in the workplace. And I go, yeah, what you told
I'll do
me.
the Tracy part. So you pitch it to me.
So, like, Tracy, explain to why equal pay is a big thing with this.
Oh, yeah.
But
See, the
anyway,
point is...
Now, you know what, Tracy? I can explain this a lot better than you.
But yeah, but you're right, Tracy. So go ahead, Doug.
And then we do another beat. And Tracy, you know, who would know better than you?
Well, it's a very good idea that you bring this up because at this point...
Wait, because if you really look at it, the problem is that if guys are going to continue to buy drinks, then you're going to get equal pay for us.
But no, we were giving her all the reverence until she tried to talk.
But it was talked over, and the point was she couldn't get a word in edgewise, and it worked out really funny. But the joke had just about hit its wall,
course,
and we're still in the joke, and you're in a podcast with no one else there.
You want to end on a high note,
and people are starting to gather around the window to see what's going on because there's more people.
And I get a call
from
Jamie Kilstein, who's about to leave town. And I take it, and it was just perfect timing because of his past as a male feminist.
Women on Women podcast now has been somewhat weird.
I go, Jamie, let me put you on speakerphone. What are your thoughts on equal pay for women or whatever the subject was? And he starts talking. Turns out he was in the window. He was walking through the door. So then we just shoved Tracy out of her chair and go, sit down. We need a really strong feminist viewpoint. Tracy, can you go get us coffee?
Cream. Just a little cream. Not a lot like last time. Anyway, this is
the
Tracy
perfect
podcast.
out.
Yeah, and it was. And then we were like, boom.
I mean, it looked like it was set up. It was so perfectly timed.
Oh, the phone call
And
and
then
then
you
him
guys
walking through the door.
Yeah, and also a great metaphor for Jamie's place in the world of comedy on the outside looking in, trying to...
And it's over when he gets there.
Oh, no, then we took him and his gal out for sushi.
Yeah, we had sushi.
Oh yeah, that's when I was texting Tracy. You know, it's probably time you guys shovel something in your pie holes because it's been a while.
So we did.
Yeah.
I get home at about 9 p.m., I think, and that was it for me.
No.
No.
I was trying to reach Tracy and Becker because I was going to pick them up, and they didn't know where you had gone off to. And then as I turned the corner, there Tracy and Becker were walking. They're not fucking answering their phones, even though they called me. They gave me the bat signal.
Oh, is that annoying, Chaille, when someone doesn't answer their phone?
Very.
Becker doesn't have a phone.
There you go. I'm always wearing LB.
No, Becker's phone is in Tracy's purse. So as I turn the corner, they're right there.
Wait. You have a phone now?
No, I
have a
use
secret
her
phone?
I said, remember the joke? If you need me, call Doug. I'm with Doug. Okay, now if you need me, call Tracy.
That's it.
I don't need a phone.
I
You
know
all
that.
have them.
Okay.
So neither of them
I
were
thought
answering. No.
Becker, last guy in the world that won't get a
I will
cell
never
phone.
have a phone. Don't worry.
So I pick them up, and they get in the car, and we leave. And I'm like, "Where's Doug?" And you gave some excuse that didn't make me feel good, but we were leaving. We were on a one-way street. I'm not stopping, so we just left. And then some magic happened. That's when you were on the last podcast interruption.
Oh, yeah, that was the same night.
there we go.
Oh,
Yeah. See?
yeah, I went back
He
for
didn't go
more.
to bed. Do you see that though? He just tried to say he was in bed by 9. Nothing else
I
happened.
think I was, but I
Really?
think this was earlier than 9. But I did make one last stop, and at that point, it was a crowded podcast because it was Sam Tripoli, it was Ari Shafir, Danish and O'Neill, who I finally met. They're fucking great guys, wicked funny, and it's a clusterfuck. Bert's just in the audience, and I came in, again, a handler from over at Stand Up Live. Thanks for having us, Stand Up Live in Phoenix.
This is a retail storefront that they've turned into a podcast studio where you can look in from the big picture
Used to
window.
be a Joseph A. Bank, and they turned it into a
So there's a green room in the back. There's 2 couches, a couple of stand-up tables, and then people can mill in and whatever, but you can see from the street. You can see from across the
and
street.
now it's dark, so
Yeah.
it's light in there, so you can see from
if you don't
everywhere.
see carpet, then that means there's something going on over
There
there.
ain't no blinds. Oh yeah, at one point during the day.
Yeah, I was gonna say we
Just
can
remember
prove that because we all stuck our hams on the window.
Yeah, we did.
that's right.
We did a 3-person, 4-person pressed ham. I don't remember who the fourth was.
Alex.
Oh, Alex, just
yeah.
Alex. Yeah,
And Tracy.
we didn't stop fucking with that podcast.
Yeah.
So I went in.
Window cleaners
with,
are gonna quit
John
over
was
this.
his name. He's actually a comic, but he was working for the festival. That guy that he helped me out a lot. Not so much I remember his last name to plug him, but
The guy from he's Flagstaff.
It's somewhere else. He does a festival. He does a comedy festival
Flagstaff.
near there in September. So they brought
yes.
Yeah. And I forgot what it was. that
He was
told
a
me,
good
but
guy.
He's a good
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah,
He helped us out the whole weekend.
He got me in there, and then at some point we were just listening for a minute, but then I get Bert. I go, we got to crash this fucking thing. I guess they were about to wrap up too. Ari Shafir's walking around naked with his cock and balls out, but now there's a lot of people out on the street looking in the storefront at the chaos going on, and now here's a big gangly Ari Shafir with big gangly cock and balls looking out, standing in the window, and then there's kids out there and shit. I don't know what spurred me, but I said, I got to get an Uber. Good night, because Ari's back now is to the window, and I went like I was faking for the door, and then I pulled my dick out in a way that they can't see it from the street.
On the street.
There was a door girl who audibly yelped and ran backwards like, ah! Like I'm gonna block the door and jerk off. And I go, this is not for you. And then I snuck up.
Don't gloss that
This
over.
is not for you.
I had to whisper.
I know, but you looked at her and gone, listen, this is not for you.
Yeah. Get over yourself.
No, I didn't.
You don't even have a laminate.
Like, I meant. There's no threat to you right now.
Okay, remember, that girl comes into play the next night. Go ahead.
And I had the fucking crank shrunk Adderall penis. So even I wouldn't want her to see it. But I snuck up
damage.
behind Ari, who's now at the end of the podcasting table, and I peed just enough on his back.
Oh, he wasn't lying on the ground or anything?
No, he was standing.
See, when I heard that you'd peed on Ari's back, I assumed he was lying on the floor.
He was sitting at the end of the table. He was where his naked back
So you
was.
peed on an upright person?
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
Which
yeah.
would therefore be more surprising for that person.
And the audience.
Sure, it would. And I did, and they closed on it. I felt good, like I brought something to the podcast.
Right, because they didn't really have a strong closer like that.
No, he's the postman.
And he's sober when you did it.
Unless someone's going to encore with poop,
Yeah.
might as well call it a night.
Yeah.
Either way, you were out of there after that, right? You somehow got in an Uber.
as
I
far
don't
as
think they
know-
hang
I don't
around
know.
either.
You keep reminding me of things. I thought I was done.
Well, we did forget one thing, and this might be the way that maybe the naked thing or the peeing thing. It was started with Ari during the day. It was the pinnacle was bingo,
leave it open.
but then Doug at the Palomar pool party
Oh, yeah.
tried to jump in the pool naked. At where someone said, "Hold on, there's kids here."
I didn't get naked, but I was
know,
about to.
but
Someone
you were
did-
trying to talk Danish and O'Neill into it.
Yeah, and they were
because
gonna, and then they went, well, we can't really. There's
Someone
kids
reminded you there
over
were kids around, and we had that
And
story
why-
with Brendan Walsh
Who
recently.
had kids?
You know, again, those
Well,
people that
there's
bring
so
them
many
because they should
times-
get in with them.
We could have gotten arrested
They
just
search
for
your
just
purse.
a minor overlook.
Well, yeah.
I'll wait till the blogs come out, the parents of those children.
I don't even want to talk about the rape victim because I'm saving that for my show.
But the Danish and O'Neill ended up jumping in the pool with you guys. With you, I think you went down to
I
underpants.
jumped in for about 3 seconds and went, "Fuck this!" This
Fucking
woke me up.
Yeah, because they told you it was warm.
Worked like an Adderall.
I just remember people just from everywhere bringing you yellow towels. They were like, "Here, just cover up."
Yeah.
I mean, there's kids here. Your body was
And I
actually as
had
offensive as
beige
your
pants.
penis.
I had beige.
That
Go
was
ahead.
a Pittsburgh Steelers reference.
Yellow terrible towels. They were after he dried off.
Now I wet my sacks because I used those as my swimming trunks. But my suit, I had beige pants, so then I had to walk around with a wet stain.
Yeah.
all the
And
way
they go,
around.
"That's the guy that peed himself," and then Ari tried to stop it.
That was day 2.
Well, that night we ended up going. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I woke up with a hangover the next morning, and I stayed at the Airbnb and took a nap, and I thought that was a really good decision.
I was with
And then
you.
whenever you guys came home and told me all these stories about everybody getting naked and peeing on each other, I was like, that was a fantastic fucking decision.
Yeah, but I'll tell you, it was one of those ones where you had to really time your sleep. It was like Vegas, you know. You go, "We just won $8,000 on slots." You go, "I shouldn't have taken a nap. I'm an idiot."
Yeah. In some parallel universe, you're being wrestled to the ground in a crosswalk.
Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, Bingo stayed home too. She already made her bones the first day. That was the first time she's been out at a gig. As she stayed with you and Jenny. And
She even went out on stage during the podcast we did. She went out on Orpheum stage to deliver a drink. But that was admirable.
Nice to see her out.
Yep.
That's good.
She's back.
Yep. All right, let's take a break, and we will be back after these messages.
Did you pre-read it?
Yeah, I'm reading it as I go. I
right.
pre-read it. I forgot the last sentence. You know why? Because Blue Apron now serves wine. Wine. Yeah, with your Blue Apron meal delivered right to your door. If you're staying in, if you're going to eat at home, why not get shit-faced on all this wine that they pre-lubricated us? It's their fault. Hey, these are the wines we have. We drank a lot of them. They are set up to go and match your meal. Small bottles, not like airplane bottles.
It's made for a meal with 2.
Yeah.
It's a smaller bottle. Yeah. And you get six bottles in an order. And instead of getting shit-faced, let's think of it more as learning about wine.
Yeah, I was learning about wine 3 small bottles at a time. But that's what you get when you send me a lot of wine. I drink a lot of wine. One of them went with the broccoli cheddar the turnovers that you gave me, saying, "Hey, we have to do a spot for Blue Apron. Please eat some turnovers." The turnovers were fantastic. My teeth are red, but they were fantastic turnovers. So far as I know,
Doug, unfortunately, you popped one of the red wines, and if you look on the menu, there's a color code here where you can match your Blue Apron wine with the meal you have. So it makes it that easy. But you didn't have the recipe with you.
No,
so
I didn't, and I don't have my contacts in. And my friend here beside me, Jonathan, he's colorblind, so he can't. I go, "Get me some more wine," and he can't tell a white from a red from a Zinfandel or a Pinot Grigio.
As it turns out, when we got the wine, it was a week before we got the box. Tracy already drank all the whites.
First of all of my people in the Appalachian country towns where it's dry counties. Yeah, you can't even get food, much less you have to shoot a grouse for dinner or eat roadkill. But Blue Apron will deliver not just food to your door, a fantastic gourmet dinner. Now they're going to send you wine. And you're going to go, "It's my meds. I lost my foot to diabetes. It's my meds." You know it's wine. We know it's wine. And it's a dinner. And it's not a grouse that you shot with buckshot and you have to pick all sorts of BBs up.
Sift the ammo out with your teeth like a spoonbill.
Or just sift it through the missing tooth. Anyway, Blue Apron.
Hey, Doug, you can discover 6 new wines monthly from Napa, Bordeaux.
Daily. I'm in for 3 more.
Well, your mileage may vary. You can also customize each box with the style and varieties you love.
Styles?
Yeah, Hennigan, what would that mean, styles for wine?
What are you talking about?
Nah, fuck it.
Oh,
Just
right, forget it.
skip that bullet point.
Hey, Blue Apron Wines.
I was talking to Blue Apron. Skip that bullet point, douche.
Hey, this is the best value. Blue Apron Wines are often half the price of what you'd find in the store.
Hang on. Blue Apron's custom tasting notes teach you how to identify flavors and aromas of each wine. So if you want to get some coos back to your bachelor pad.
Oh, this dovetails right into what you've always been saying about Blue Apron. Get them back to the pad and make it look like you eat and drink like this all the time.
Yeah, kale. Yeah, it's pronounced the same way with a K as a C. It's good. Kale. I like kale because I'm into fitness. And, let me tell you about the aroma of this wine. And then you read your cheat sheet like an open micer who writes his bad fucking comedy notes on his wrist. You look down at this has a beautiful bouquet. It's nutty.
Note the wine's weighty feeling in your mouth, my pumpkin.
Hey, this is not the climate for that kind of talk to a woman unless she's signed a consent form.
They also give you a booklet that you can, I don't know, it's probably produced by SmartFuck, but it has lots of stuff in there that will let you look like an expert or pretend to be one.
Yeah, they make learning about wine fun by giving you the who, what, and where of every wine they send. Who? Dave?
They do seem to bring up
where? Cleveland? I don't know.
They bring up a lot of things that we don't really have a problem here in the FunHouse. Like, hey.
They send wine to your fucking door. How many times do you go, "Oh, I'm too drunk to drive, but I'm out of booze. I'm all alone on Twitter"?
That is a bullet point that is definitely has something to do with the FunHouse.
Yeah, we should write their fucking copy.
Well, you just did.
I did. You, Stanhope podcast listeners, start discovering new wines and get $25 off your first wine box. Hang on, this is not boxed wine. This is another faux pas on Blue Aprons. It's not boxed wine. It comes in a nice bottle, but it comes in a box of a lot of them.
Well, the box is similar to the box that we get the produce in each week. It's made specifically for getting to your door fresh and undamaged.
Yeah, bunch of shit comes to your door. You don't have to think. You don't have to try. All the portions are measured out.
They color-coded it with icons.
If you can just read simple words.
I'm not laying you up for a scam here, but what happens if one of the bottles is damaged?
Just like everything that comes from Blue Apron, they will make it right. There's 100% freshness guarantee on the box of food that we get.
How is a bottle damaged? It's broken or it isn't?
It's aesthetically less pleasing than it was intended to be.
Well, my fans will still drink out of a broken bottle. Do not drink out of a broken bottle.
Yeah, that's what coffee filters are for.
Do not do this at home. We do it here.
Blue Apron, they already have this in place. If anything's damaged, they take care of it and make it
don't
right.
fuck around. We do this how often, Tracy? We take the strainer out of my sink, put it over the broken bottle, strain out the shards of glass that you assume are not, you drink the rest. There might be small shards, but you'll feel those in your shit and pretend you ate beets.
It's roughage.
Well, there's always blood in there anyway, so it just blends in. Hey, we call that company liquor.
This wine is good. All right. Go and get this food and wine delivered to your door by going to blueapron.com/Stanhope wine. Wow. Is that what it's come to?
Well, the promo code is very important because that's how we get credit for any kind of commerce that goes their way. So if you want to take advantage of this, please use the promo code Stanhope Wine.
Yeah, or the next podcast will be for an hour and 40.
Enjoy perfectly sized wines that come with the custom tasting notes to help you become a wine aficionado, Doug.
I feel like I've done very well at that tonight. Thank you, Blue Apron, for giving me too much at once. That's blueapron.com/Stanhope wine. Blue Apron is a better way to cook and drink now.
Are there more adverts?
No, we got to get back to the podcast. Oh. All right, I'll shut the fuck up. I'm going to act sober for the rest of this, or try. Saturday, I don't know. Chad and Bingo and Jenny left Saturday.
Oh. Well, we went to Fear Farm.
Oh, we went to the fair. Oh, you guys went to the
Fear Farm.
Oh, Becker might have an issue with you, Chad.
Yeah.
No, wait.
Well, Friday when I picked...
I'd love to hear it. I like issues.
When Doug stayed to pee on another fellow comic, Becker and Tracy and I and Jared, we went out to Fear Farm, the haunt out there.
Haunted house.
And it was amazing.
It was fun.
It was so much fun. You don't build that in 1 year, 2 years. What, 20 years it took to build?
I
don't know. All I know is there's all
6
kinds
haunts. Yeah, we had a blast.
And the best part is when you go with Ggreg and Tracy, they point out, oh, that's Ghost Rider stuff. That's Ghost Rider. That's Ghost Rider. That's Ghost Rider. I go, what about that? They go, no, not that.
Come on.
Ghost Rider, if you don't know, that's Chaille's and his brother's company that supplies haunted houses. Right now, there is a half of a life-size bloodied corpse for the...
That's Arnie.
The haunt that you're making for your front yard for Halloween.
Yep.
It's at this point that Chaille goes, no, that's not ours.
Well, evidently, this is what I hear, Chad. The next morning,
No, we came home that night, right? No, didn't we go back? Yeah.
Well, you guys did. But let me set it up with what I heard, and then you can fill in the blanks. That next morning, before they leave, they decide... Chad, Jenny, and wait, I know, I'm going to let you fill it in. Stay with me. Okay. I'm in bed. They are going to leave, but they're going to go to the state fair first. They asked if I wanted to go. Fuck no, I'm not getting out of bed. I think I'm going to die. And they leave. Then you guys come over, you and Chaille. I'm going to tell you what I heard just from my bed. I heard them say, where's Chad and Bingo, Jenny? And then I yelled out, oh, they went to the state fair. And I hear Becker go, motherfucker!
Well, yep. Becker was the one who gave us the idea the night before.
Oh, whoa, that was the part that got lost in the jumble. I
that's what
said,
it was.
hey, we'll go to the fair. I'll drive. I don't give a shit. Let's go to the fair. And everybody's like, yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. Well, when I say we, I usually include myself.
Well, the thing is
The guy who said we should go to the fair.
the thing is that we looked it up. We went and got coffee and fucking breakfast and shit, and then it was
We waited because they go,
was-
they're still sleeping.
by 11 o'clock. I looked it up and said the fair opens at 11 o'clock. Bingo tried calling Chaille like 3 times and said, I think they must be asleep. And I said, I have no idea what time they stayed up. But if we're driving back to Bisbee today, I'm not going to the fucking fair this afternoon. We're going to the fair right now.
Chad said he tried to call you on your phone, Matt.
Oh, no, he didn't.
Were you with Chaille?
I was busy.
We tried to call you like 3 times.
I was up at 8:30 in the morning trying to figure out a rental house's the way you turn cable on. And that took about 2 hours. And then eventually there were signs of life. And I said, okay, we can give them a little more time. I'm sure they're not up yet. And we're going to the fair today. And I tell them, we're going to the fair.
Yeah, but he
Don't
tried
need
to
anything,
call
people.
you. He
We're
tried
going
to
the
call
fair.
you.
Well, you don't have to call him because remember that's what I said. You don't have to call to find out if I'm standing in the corner where you're supposed to pick us up, Greg. Because I was on the corner where you were going to pick us up.
Wait,
you don't have to tell me if I'm going to the fair because we were coming over to go to the fair.
Can we back up to how drunk you guys were when you got home that day? You guys,
I was up at
you were
8:30 in the
Stanhope peeing
morning.
on people drunk, and you were there with them the whole day. We never set a time of going to the fair.
Can we
so
just-
as far as going to the fair, that's a drunk plan.
I believe we said when the fair opens, which would be 11.
Can we
we
take
got there at 11:10.
Wait, please.
Can we take the David Mamet out of this?
Can we just back up maybe 30 seconds to where you were saying, I told you it was my idea. I said, fuck it, I'll even drive. Now you're standing on a corner waiting for a ride.
No, that was for, I said I don't need a phone because when Greg came to pick us up, I was standing on the corner where he was going to pick us up. That's where I was. See, when you don't have a phone, you have to actually be where you say you're going to be.
We don't remember those
I don't need
days.
to call to verify we're going to the fair today.
The way it transpired was Becker was talking about going to the fair, and
I was the only one who wanted to go to the
I
fair.
know, and Chad was like,
wanna go
wait,
fair.
the fair's going on? And it was like, oh wow, yeah, the fair's going on. I'll go to the fair, and that was a tacit agreement. Perhaps it was a verbal contract. I don't know. We'll let the lawyers.
I'm moving to
wrestle
Arizona.
this out.
This is my fair. You live here. It's all your fair. This is my fair now.
By 10 a.m., I had researched what time the fair opened, how much parking was, and what a fucking pain in the ass it would be, and calculated it would be easier
To Uber. Exactly.
Before we ever called you guys, we did all that.
Yeah, he had the Glengarry leads.
Well, I hope you enjoyed your coffee.
How many Mamet references are you going to drop in a row?
The part that you guys don't know and Becker doesn't know is I said to both Jared and Tracy separately, we ain't going to no fucking fair. There's no fun. I'm not going to the
Well,
fair.
that's why he was pissed, because he was still going to go to the fair. He just couldn't.
I was going to go by myself.
Yes, he was. But I had been driving all weekend and not drinking, and now I was fucking beat. And I slept on the couch while you guys went
Which is
somewhere
always
else.
great when you're sharing a 4-bedroom Airbnb and the common area has the fucking passed out guy. Where you're like, I was just going to come out here and no, there's the guy who now still someone on the fucking couch. Let me go
How does your
outside and
communication
smoke.
scenario work when the person whose phone you're dependent upon?
I don't need a phone. I said I'm going to the fair. So if you're going to the fair, you should track me down.
I
Are you
really
aware
wish I
that
had your
plans
number.
change? Don't you watch
Don't
Southwest
need my number.
commercials?
I'm going to the fair. If
worked
you have
out
a
great.
court date at
We went
noon,
to the
I assume
fair.
you'll be at court at noon.
Had you had you even said, I said, what time did you plan on going to the fair? You said when it opened. We were there 10 minutes after it
Are
opened.
you
Where
saying
were you?
you think you had a legal agreement with Chad? Like that had the same purpose and entity as a fucking court date?
Honestly, we had just
I had a van.
just
I had
our
a plan.
group. Just our group, we had I think 11 deep. And that's not counting all of our comic friends that are at the festival, and that is so overwhelming to try to okay, well, we'll meet you. Did you eat? Should we all meet to eat somewhere? Because we're 15
We could eat at
minutes
the fair.
away.
food?
Do you have seating for 14? We were 11, but I just ran into 3 comics. Can you seat 14 people in a hurry on a Saturday night? Fuck it. Every man for themselves. We called that early on. Every man for themselves.
I don't think we ran into any of that stress this time. I don't. Well, except for what's going on
Uber
here.
only holds 3 people? Awkward.
I called you 3 times.
It holds as many.
You never called me
3
because I
times.
don't have a phone.
You stated, goddamn, rewind it. You stated earlier that your phone is the person you're with. Were you not with Chaille?
Yeah.
We called Chaille 3 times.
Did you call Tracy?
We called you.
He wasn't with Tracy.
Yes, Tracy was there too.
Oh, I
Well,
didn't know
actually,
that.
to be honest, we were checking out of the Airbnb, so we weren't leaving until noon anyway, because we had to do whatever
Clean the
the protocol
Airbnb.
to get out of there.
I had to
We
explain.
were willing to wait till noon to go to the fair.
Oh,
Had
that would've been
somebody
great.
answered the phone.
Greg,
and
did he call
contacted
you?
us regarding the
Check
fair.
your phone.
I really
See if
don't.
he really
I
called
really-
you.
your phone.
Check your
Jesus
phone.
Christ. Can we
I want to
take?
see this.
Can we
In the
take a
mean-
break and check the phone?
No. We had 5 people here. Don't worry. We'll keep it going because I had to explain
Anyway,
to Brian on
so
the
what
way
was
down.
the fair like?
Here's the other thing that you don't know.
You had a great time?
I was not as motivated to go to the fucking fair as it may seem.
But
I don't like going to the fucking fair either.
So
But
I wanted to go.
somebody had palmed me some mushrooms after the
Stay
show.
stay with him, Matt.
Yeah.
So
So I missed out on mushrooms and the fair.
that's
This is your selling
don't
point.
get ahead of me.
You had no mushroom agreement.
Don't forget the food. Don't forget the food.
So Bingo wanted to eat a dose of mushrooms and go to the fair. And I wasn't, she had already started while we were there because she was like giddy excited to go to the fair. And then she started eating them. And I was like, we should probably get to the fucking fair. So we took an Uber and went over there. And I don't know if they're going to search my bag. You know, she says, I don't want to
We
have
better
this.
take them all.
So I said, but she didn't want to
That
take them.
sounds
Also,
like
I'm like,
bingo.
well, they're not going to search my pockets. I don't have a bag, and they're not going to search every single pocket. They don't do that. But if you have a bag, they might search you. So
So I gave my drugs to you.
So I held it, which is the reasonable thing to do. And, chivalry
Give
is
it
not
to
dead.
someone else.
You hold somebody's mushrooms for
Like a
them.
gentleman.
Hold the lady's mushrooms when you go through the state fair line. We go in, and we're walking around, and she tells me, "All right, I'm ready to eat the rest of those mushrooms." And I'm like, "Okay, here you go." I pull them out and hand them to her. And I turned around as she's sitting over there eating them, and I told her, "I really want to take a picture of you right now, but I don't want to fucking be obvious." Because we were standing in front of a gigantic sheriff's office.
And I wasn't.
Bingo's standing in front of the sheriff investigative truck that has like a pop-out slider on the side, and she's in the front of it eating mushrooms.
No, Chad, the only thing you're wrong about is that I wasn't just picking out of a bag. I took the whole bag and was like this with the motherfucking bag.
Like a Pringles
fair
can.
food.
Pringles
Why
can.
didn't you do that before security?
I did it before security and after.
Oh yeah.
She did partial before.
Just so all the cameras had her.
Spread it out. She's a responsible mushroom taker.
Well,
You don't
that's
take
weird.
everything at once.
What
you
were
ease
you?
into them so you don't
You're
take
not
too
the
many.
only mule at the Alaska State Fair, you know.
Arizona.
Oh, Arizona. Sorry.
Wrong A.
Yeah.
But Bingo, you
I was the only white one.
on the. Can we talk about the Twizzler again or the
long
Twister?
No, it's not a Twizzler. It was a Twister, and that was about the best experience
a fair
I've
ride.
ever.
All right.
Fair ride.
The Twister, and
That was after though. That was after we had walked around because you ate those mushrooms and then we walked around for a little bit more. And
I could have been on that Twister
Well-
for the rest of my life.
Yes, I came when they came back from the state fair. They first asked, "Hey, how's Becker? We really missed him. We wish he'd be here." But then, by now, I'm just getting out of bed. I'm like, I still think I'm gonna die, but I have one more show to do.
Bingo ate his mushrooms, by the way.
Afternoon. And I was trying to recreate the day before, figure out how to get food because we didn't stock that Airbnb like we normally would. We were in a hurry. And everything I bring up, Bingo goes, "Can we talk about the Twister some more though?" The Twister. Let's go back to the Twister. They were all pastel colors with sparkles.
That was the other thing, was that the Twister thing they were sitting in was almost matched Bingo's hair as theirs. But before that, we walked by another ride that was just like a kiddie ride, and it all had glitter with sparkle.
We all
paint.
know that paint job.
Bingo's fucking grinning, fucking ear to ear.
I can imagine.
This is fucking fantastic. This is totally worth abandoning Becker for just doing this by
Don't worry, Chaille has some news from his phone.
This just in, we received a call on Saturday morning at 10:02 a.m. from Bingo.
Oh, so
Unanswered.
I'd only been up for 2.5 hours.
I think I was still asleep when
You
this
should have
came in.
slept on the couch with Chaille, and you could have heard his phone ring.
Yeah, he turns it off so Tracy can't get a hold of him in the house.
According to your logic, that becomes our phone. That's if you're with Chaille, that's your phone too.
You should have been
Three
spooning.
phones in the house.
Yeah.
Jared, her, there. You called one phone.
I had to
You were trying to
explain-
lose.
I had to explain to Hennigan on the drive down coming home today, because there's two different things. There's is Becker really a Trump guy? Because I heard him and Chaille talk about. I go, well, Becker's like Hennigan is when it's Monday Night Football and everyone's rooting for one team. Hennigan figures out who you're rooting for and goes the other way just to be a dick. So I said, yeah, if Matt Becker says that, it's because he's just trying to be a dick. And then he says, they were having an argument about when we filmed that Jack Daniels documentary, and Becker said that while you're filming, you went through the liquor store and they handed you a drink
With tape on it.
with tape on it. That's fucking New Orleans.
Well, that was what
Never
I was talking
happened in
about. I was
Bisbee.
talking about the daiquiris.
They gave us a Coke. They sold us a bottle of Jack Daniels, and they gave us a Coke and a cup.
That's not what you said.
That's not what you
You
said.
said they put tape
not what
over
he
the
said.
top of the straw. I heard
said
that.
It was they gave us a
He
cup
said
of Coke
they handed
that
us a
all
rum
you
and
have to
Coke
do is
through
pour
the
liquor in.
window.
They handed
You
us
Jack
said
and Coke.
They
to
handed
him.
us a drink through the window.
That's what I had to
Do you
explain to
remember the
Hennigan.
bottle? It was this big.
Hang
We
on.
have photos of
You're
it.
That's
We have video of this.
Right.
So
No, we don't. But that's what I had to explain to Hennigan is, and Chad might not know this. Becker doesn't lose an argument. He just keeps changing it up and
just
changing
did.
it up.
no.
He just did. We
Absolutely.
called them.
I know, but he
You
doesn't
called
lose.
Ggreg. You didn't come.
We win,
you
but he
were
doesn't
a block
lose.
away. Why wouldn't you take the Uber over and pick me up?
I barely knew the address to the Airbnb we were staying. I was just driving around Phoenix.
Oh,
waiting
you
for
should have
somebody
called
to get back
Chaille.
to me.
You should have called
I
Chaille.
did. I was supposed to get it.
It's my favorite story as an example to this was Becker and I early days playing Scrabble on the road, and I had to piss, and we're down to the end. There's only a few letters. Q hasn't come out yet. So I look through the crack of the bathroom door as I'm going in, and I watch him take letters out of his tray, put them back in the bag, take different letters, and I go, I caught you. You fucking cheated. No, I didn't. I go, I just literally watched you do that. No, I did not do that. And you can't win an argument.
No, it wasn't that I had done that. It's the
So
bathroom
he is
rule.
a Trump
He is
fan.
a Trump
I was
fan.
going to say that's a Trump before it was a Trump thing. Yeah.
You mean Trump is a Becker fan?
Yeah.
The point was, if it wasn't for me, Doug wouldn't have worked on his vocabulary to learn how to use a Q at the last minute.
I played, Gretchen and Shawnee just came in, and the last time I ever played Scrabble, where I thought I was kind of good after all our years.
Yeah.
And
They kicked your ass.
She put down QUE.
Yeah,
And I
Q.
go, no, it's QU.
UE.
UE.
QUEUE is a Q.
And I had my Scrabble dictionary ready to throw in her stupid
QUE
face.
is in there.
Okay.
She pulled out her updated. I show her. I go, see, it's not a word. And she goes, no, I have the 2010.
2017.
Yeah, it is. I'm like, fuck this game.
Wow. Literally trumped.
I do want to say that maybe this all would have been fixed, or it resolved earlier had you guys left a message Saturday morning at 10:02 a.m. There was no message left.
Or made definite plans the night before.
True that.
We did.
True that.
I said we're
well,
going to the fair.
That's
I
not
don't
a
know
definite
what
plan.
Oh, okay. Oh, it isn't?
Let's
so I'm
move
gonna
on.
fix my
Not when-
car tomorrow.
I'm not weighing in on this part.
Anyway,
Let's move on.
here's the point. How was the fair? What was the food? They had deep fried butter sticks.
The food was basically a food fair. I saw more food than I saw rides, and it was the same food repeated. The extreme bacon wrapped sausage stuffed in a
They had
turkey.
deep fried butter, you said.
The food is the ride.
Deep fried Oreos, Twinkies.
Yeah, see, I
like,
can't eat any of that.
all of this. You wouldn't want to eat any of it. But
No.
the thing was, you'd walk past a glom of these, and they all have 40-foot fucking signs. They're incredibly extreme.
Airbrush
And then you go
marquees
past-
and yeah.
And then you go past the 4 tents of the fucking Mexican sombreros and the guys who spray paint your name on a t-shirt.
Bingo,
and then there's another cluster of the exact
same food?
same fucking thing, and it just repeats.
Oh fuck! I wouldn't have
all
gone
the
to
way
that.
throughout.
That's horrible.
It was
that
a
sounds
piece of
stupid.
shit.
I'm glad I didn't go.
Now, as far as the actual art and things that are inside, we didn't really fucking pay attention to any of that.
Petting zoo.
Big cabbage.
We stumbled into the livestock area only because we thought it was the restroom area.
Based on the smell.
Based on the smell.
We just had
it
our sewer line broke coming from the quiet house to the street, and they're gonna have to come in tomorrow and dig up the entire fucking thing to find out
Collapse line is what it is.
whose side it's on. Does the city pay for it? Do I pay for it? And Bingo, after she's telling me about the twister, and she goes, I've been peeing outside a lot. And I didn't know if she meant at the Airbnb or at the state fair, because it was completely out of context with the discussion. And we were in the backyard. So when she said, I've been peeing outside a lot, I thought she was using the front yard. I'm like, why didn't you at least pee in the backyard where no one's going to...
Well, there's not a lot of places to pee in that backyard.
Well,
It's all
I had just
artificial
had an
grass.
ordeal with peeing on a naked guy in a storefront
It
window.
sounds like
so-
you're the one who's.
Well,
Yeah.
remember, I walked around while we were outside that night getting drunk out there in the backyard, and I walked around trying to find a place to pee, but it was all artificial grass everywhere.
beautiful.
There's not a lot of
It
spots.
looked great, but
Yeah, but there's not a lot of places to go pee, so I was like, well, fuck it. All right, I found a place. There's like a little garage on the side, and it has like a 6-inch gap between the brick wall and the garage. So I'm like, I'll just go over there and pee back behind that, and that's the best, most discreet place to pee in here. So I, drunk as I was, I sat there and pissed forever. And then realized fucking halfway through that it was all flooding back onto my socks.
There's a whole lot of pee this weekend.
was that the socks in the bag when we were leaving?
No.
Okay.
No, and that was so I hurried up
I
and
pee
jumped
on
back.
my socks to wash them.
I hurried up and jumped back and pulled them off and threw them over the wall.
Oh, that's
into
nice.
the alley.
There was no alley. There's just a next door neighbor.
No, the back wall was
It was
the
an
back
alley.
wall
I
was an
checked.
alley. Yeah.
Okay.
I checked because I was drunk as fuck, and I was like, oh, that's fucked up, and I didn't know what to do. You try to be discreet about it, and you do, whatever you can do. And then I went back and sat down at the table, and we were sitting there drinking and bullshit, and I lasted maybe 5 fucking minutes before I couldn't help it, and I told you guys.
Yep, and then
the
you squealed
exact
on yourself.
story. Yeah, I told them.
Hey guys, if you're gonna
this
pee, don't
story.
pee on
I'm like,
artificial
I don't-
turf.
I usually wait a while before I fucking tell some story. There's something funny happened, but I can't stop thinking about it. I'm telling the story, and you guys are laughing, and the Becker says through his legs says, I know you're telling the truth because you don't look good in the story, and you fucking don't have any socks on.
No, I always tell people, you can tell if somebody's telling the truth. If they look horrible in the story when they tell you, go, no, that's 100% true. I don't care what you think. He sounded terrible.
They're not a knight in shining armor.
All right, this segues into Saturday night. You guys took off and Bingo left. I had to do that one last podcast.
You had a 9:30.
Yeah.
But Bill Burr was at like 7.
Yeah, so we went down. I caught the end of Burr. It was sold out. I don't want to take a civilian seat when
No,
they need to see Burr. I can listen to it. But they had a couple seats, obstructed view seats for
you can hear, you can't see.
For convention people, I was going to say, whatever, festival folk. So I caught the last few minutes of that. I had to do the podcast is called Guys We Fucked. Two funny chicks, comedians,
Katrina and
Corinne and Christina.
Christina?
Yeah. Corinne, I can't fucking remember her last name. God damn it. But it's the Guys We Fucked podcast.
Yeah.
And Christina Hutchinson, I believe.
Yes.
And they have it's about guys they fucked. It's about being cool with being, female sexuality. One of those. They're cool as shit. The audience was like playing on Ellen. I'm going to go on The View right now as the drunken guest.
90% ladies.
But I think they appreciated you.
They wouldn't have without those two
Oh,
girls.
no doubt.
backing me up.
Oh,
They
yeah.
were the coolest chicks in the world because when it got tense in the room, because you would go
Rape.
Well, no. Yeah. And, but yeah, they defended you and then that diffused the crowd because the crowd was like, we should be offended. And she goes, nope, you shouldn't.
They are comics.
They're comics.
But it was really
Yeah.
good. That was
They
really
They
prefaced-
had a book just came out. I want to plug their book. It's called Fucked. And then it's got a subtitle about something about sexuality with female and blah, blah, blah. It's called Fucked. That's all
If
you
nothing
need to
else,
know.
buy it and throw it in the back of your car.
Don't confuse it with the other book, Fucked.
Yeah.
They have a show they run, the themed show that they do stand-up at with other guests, I assume, is called Sorry About Last Night.
Yes.
So that's where you find their Twitter is...
You'll find
Sorry About Last Night is how you find them. That's their website.
Yes.
And they're on All Things Comedy. They're under that umbrella.
Yep.
And
Actually,
we're
they're not.
What?
They're not.
They're not?
No.
They were on
Well,
this-
Shaylee's going to put links in the fucking thing. Can
just
we
saying-
just say that?
I'm trying to get out the fact that you did a swap cast with them.
And the segue was, I have a story that I had never intended to tell anyone that just blurted out because they asked me. And I go, oh, fuck, I never told anyone. It's not that bad a story compared to my past, but...
It was very good. It
was very good.
Like you're like the way that it rolled.
It was like Becker said, I didn't look good in the story.
Yes.
It's true.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I forgot till today. I go, well, you know what? We don't have a lot of crossover audience. No one's going to hear that podcast. My fans. And then I go, oh, fuck, that's a swap cast. So, yeah, you will.
It was good. They were good.
Yeah, no, it was really good. It was different.
We stayed, and then you did. Are you going somewhere with this, or
Yeah.
No, I was
then you-
wrapping up the weekend
But
and
then-
we were going to kill this podcast.
Then you opened the show.
the
I don't remember a lot after that. Yeah, I went out and I hosted this show and then closed
which
the
is
show.
very interesting because I wanted to take umbrage with the way you ran out during our show at the Orpheum. Just fucking, I'm just going to go out there, even though I'm seating Becker and Jared and John, and I'm going to tell the sound man, hey, we're going to start soon. And then you fucking get on stage and I hear people yelling and I'm running from the back of the house.
But that's how we do our podcast.
No, that's not what we decided how we were going to
No,
do
I
it.
changed my
We were
mind.
in a theater and we had plans.
We were in a theater,
We
a
were
1,000
doing
seat
things,
theater
and
with
then
200
You
people.
decided to do a 10-minute warning and didn't tell fucking anyone. So I left that in the podcast that everyone got to hear how chaotic
Is
it
there a
was.
10-minute dead area?
No, I trimmed that part. But then you just walked out without telling the staff, not telling the sound guy, Brad or Gabe, that you were going to go do. You just went out because it was too loud in the green room. So you stood out there and just
I had
vamped
to
for
get
a
my
while.
head together.
I understand. But then I realized, oh, it's not me. It's you. That's just your thing. You will start a show when you want. It's not a thing where you just, well, let's get this over with.
It's not going to hurt the podcast.
It's not. It doesn't. I'm just saying. I felt better about that. It's like, oh, he's fucking with them too.
Fuck 'em.
Well, yeah.
That's what we do on the podcast. You start recording sometimes 15 minutes before we know. See what we get. That's how it goes. It all worked out. No one got arrested.
Yeah.
We're not in the papers.
Surprisingly,
It's not like you went to the state fair without.
ate
slept
mushrooms in
in.
front of the sheriff satellite station.
Eating sticks of butter in front of the sheriff's department.
those animatronic dinosaurs, Becker.
Don't keep talking.
Cool.
Leave it alone.
We liked
Keep
it.
picking at
We thought
it.
it was pretty decent.
To be fair, we were driving out of town, and Jared goes, "Hey, the fair's still going on. You want to go?" I said, "Yeah," and he goes, "Nope." So,
Oh fuck! Last night we get done at like you went on I think in midnight and you opened the show and then the show was going to keep going, but we had planned to leave a couple hours before that. And then I go, let's do it. We're going to go. We go to this place called Top Golf. It's like 20 miles away. And I drove there and it was fucking fantastic. We got in there at like 1:15. We're the only ones there. It's like a triple story, like driving range.
drunken driving range.
Yeah. Out in the
it
middle of
wasn't weird.
it's right next to Walking Stick Casino. It was fucking fantastic. We're hitting balls.
And it registers where your ball goes and everything. It tells you where it is, so you sit, watch the screen.
The
and
balls come up
you-
on a tee.
You hit 180,
But they roll out at you.
Yeah,
Oh, do they?
You wave
This-
your foot and they come popping out.
But it's a bar. You can drink.
Oh, yeah,
there.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Food, great food.
And they
Oh,
were
wow.
so nice to us. They were like, I think they thought we were at the paper.
So
or
we're
something.
crushing the shit out of this ball. And this morning, I talked to Tracy, and I had to walk it backwards to figure out. At one point, she doesn't remember swinging a club. She had blacked out. She goes, "We ate?" I go, "What? You picked off the menu." And I go, "Wait a minute. You were swinging a golf club." Was I good?
Yeah, no, she was really good. But the point was, I kept thinking she's
She was
gonna
hit and
go to the
miss.
Club, and
Yeah,
I was so
yeah,
glad
yeah.
it was empty.
Yeah.
She would like
So
to
that's how we closed that place and got home.
I don't know what time I got home because that show just seemed interminable. And that's when I took one of, I don't want to, Jet's, he has those, like, those, the time release Adderall,
Provigil.
Provisional.
those are the fighter pilots. Those are a
Yeah,
little
the
different.
fighter pilot
That's different
ones.
than Adderall.
Well, yeah, that I still had time on the meter at like 8:00 this morning, trying to
that's-
sleep.
That's
fighting
what I
with
ate to
Xanax,
drive home.
and you're still awake.
Those are
2
good.
days later.
You came home after 4 because everyone was in bed and
Well,
or
they kept
passed
saying
out.
you have to close it out.
Really?
You opened it. Come on, just please. And that fucking kid, he kept telling me, Jimmy Wisman.
yeah.
He kept telling me there's 2 more comics and then you go. And then 2 comics later, there's only 3 more and just close it out. Come on, there's been like 8 comics since you said 2 comics. You fucking. But I hung out and then I was probably said stupid shit for too long and made it home because of that John guy whose name I can't remember. He got me to the corner, got me an Uber, got home.
Oh, sounds like you need a John, not a phone.
Yeah, you need
So do
one.
you, Becker.
need one on the AstroTurf.
Anybody have John's number? Maybe I can get a hold of him when I want to get Becker to go to the fair.
Hey, they're always Johns when you get a hold of them. Thanks.
Always take him to the fair.
I have a few thank yous, but I
We do want to say thank you to All Things Comedy, Stand Up Live, and Outback Productions. And Dorfman was fucking awesome.
Oh, yeah,
he
Dorfman
was
was
amazing. That was a very fun festival. It was the inaugural comedy fest for All Things Comedy, and all things point to yes for
we
number
got some
2.
good ideas for next year.
Well, we're probably not allowed to go, but if you can,
1,000 feet. We can set up 1,000 feet away.
We can get tickets.
we get tickets.
Fair.
We'll get Australian Pete. We'll go to the fair. There we go.
I've got horrible feelings.
You can go to the fair. And the Twister.
Next year, we're going to we'll probably be running All Things Spite.
At a car wash on Thomas.
All right, thank you. And what do we play this out with? What's appropriate?
Well, before we do that, there's going to be a weird, clunky edit point in the middle of this where I have to shoehorn some ads in, but
right.
that's you already heard it, so let's just close out on something. So, Birdcloud.
Yeah, Birdcloud. Birdcloud, who are right now doing Ralphie May's acid that they tweeted.
What?
They tweeted a picture of a couple of hits of Ralphie May acid that they said was, I forget how they phrased it, but kick you in the ass.
Just be for UFC.
I'm not sure how I'll be here.
You never do.
I know, but
Nice follow.
unless you're going to talk about me naked on the namaste.
Well, yeah, we'll probably bring that up.
Okay, then I'll.
No, we're just going to show the pictures of that.
Yeah, it was on the Jumbotron. It was crazy.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm really leaving.
We're going to compare it with.
We're going. If you need a drink, help yourself or trust Bingo to pour it.
Yeah. Lose your sanity.
Surprise drinks.
I can do that.
Neighbor Dave,
I love the state fair.
early on in
The
our
state
love
fair.
affair, Neighbor Dave and Evelyn would come over for cocktails, and Neighbor Dave once made the mistake of saying, Bingo says, "What do you want?" And he said, "I don't know, surprise me." And she made it with like pickle juice and amino acid, that Bragg stuff and everything awful. And he never said surprise me again after that.
She said,
Okra. This is okra in it.
You forgot the okra?
I took a whiff of it and I said, no, I'm not going to drink this. Sorry. I'll puke just like that.
We are 5 deep in just piling back in from the All Things Comedy Network Comedy Podcast Festival. Chaille is on the mic. Chad is on the mic. Hennigan is on the mic. Matt Becker is on the mic. Jenny and Neighbor Dave are here with Jared. Not that Jared.